Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the equipment I use for my YouTube channel and then equipment I use for my Instagram, my blog, everything like that. So I'll show you my different cameras, my lighting, editing software, all that kind of stuff. And I'll also let you know some of the equipment I used before I saved up to buy this equipment. So things that are a little bit cheaper just in case you're just starting out. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing all of the equipment I use, just keep on watching. So starting off with the camera I'm filming on right now, I use the Canon 70D, and this is like my little baby. I freaking love this camera. It's amazing. Before I used the Canon 70D, I used the Canon T3i, which was also amazing. What I love about both cameras is they have the flip out screen so you can see what you're doing in the viewfinder, and it's just so much easier to see if you're in focus, what it's gonna look like, and all of that. It just makes things so much easier if you're filming YouTube videos. So yeah, I use the Canon 70D. What I love about this camera, which the Canon T3i does not have, is the Canon 70D autofocuses, which is so helpful because before I would have to set up my shot when I was using the T3i, and I could see it in the viewfinder, but it was just hard because you had to set it up before you started filming. So if you're like trying to show something, it won't autofocus. Like see this, it'll focus on my hand and then it'll move right back to my face. So I just love this about the Canon 70D. It just makes things so much easier. It has such great video quality, picture quality. It's just an amazing camera. A lot of YouTubers do use this, but if you want to start off with a camera that's less expensive, I really recommend the Canon T3i. I purchased mine for about $500, I think, but I think you can get it much cheaper. Just do your research on it. I just got it new from Best Buy, so it was like 500 and something, but I know you can purchase it on other websites for much cheaper. You can also buy the body of the camera and purchase the lens separate because usually a lot of different places have really great deals on lenses. So yeah, there's cheaper ways to do it. The Canon 70D though, if you have the money, I would highly recommend this camera. This one I bought for around $1,000, but I got it on sale. Actually, I got a really good deal. I believe it goes for $1,200, but I'll have everything linked down below. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the lens I use for my camera, and I use the Canon 24mm, and it's an f-stop of 2.8. So it's a really nice small pancake lens. It's very small. What I liked about this is it has a very silent autofocus. So the lens that came with the camera, it had a very loud autofocus. So every time it would autofocus, you would hear it. It'd be really loud. So what I liked about the Canon 24mm, I was reading reviews and it said it's very quiet. So I don't know if you could hear it. Let's test it out. But yeah, it's a very quiet autofocus, which I love. And that was one of the main reasons why I purchased this. But when I was also reading reviews, a lot of people just had amazing video quality. You can't zoom in or zoom out with it, so there's not a lot you can do, but it's amazing for sit-down videos, and it has a more shallow depth of field. So with this lens, you're gonna have your subject in focus, and then you're gonna have a little bit of a blurred background. It's not too intense, but it does have a shorter depth of field. I really like that in my videos. The lens I bought at Best Buy as well, and it retailed for $149, so not terribly expensive. Honestly, you can just use the lens that comes with the camera if you do buy a body and a lens together. Or if you just buy a camera with just the body and no lens, do your research on different kinds of lenses, but I definitely recommend this one, especially if you have an autofocusing camera. It's just amazing. Now moving on to the tripod I use, I just purchased one off of Amazon. I didn't really know anything about tripods. I just wanted something for my camera, so I didn't really care, but I really lucked out. I have the Ravelli Tripod, or like it's the brand Ravelli. I think I'm saying it right, but it was only like $30 on Amazon, and it was one of the cheaper ones that I found. So I was like, I'll start off with this, and I've had this since I started making videos, and it's been amazing. I know there's a lot better tripods out there, but honestly, if you don't want to spend that much money, I've had no issues with this. Yeah, so if you need a tripod just to like kind of hold your camera and not really do anything, this one is really easy to use. It's amazing, really cheap, but if you want to do more like panning shots and move the tripod, then I would probably pick something else out. But yeah, I have the Ravelli tripod. I will have this listed down below for you as well. Now moving on to the ring light I use. The only lighting I have for my videos is this ring light, which I just purchased probably like 6 months ago or something. So I haven't had this for too long because normally I would just use natural light, but when I was filming in upstate New York, it was always cloudy, so it was really hard to get the lighting I needed, so I just kind of decided to get a ring light. But here in LA, it's always sunny. I have plenty of natural light, but I just find it better if I use natural light because I have a big window right here and then also have the ring light. I just find that it gives even more light. It helps me set up my shot a little bit better, and yeah, it's always better if you have a lot of light coming in. It's just much easier. The ring light I use, I bought this on eBay and mine was about $70, which is very, very cheap for a ring light. And the ring light I use is from the company Neewer. Yeah, I'll have it listed down below. But yeah, I have no complaints about this. It has a little dimming notch, so you turn it on and you can make it really, really bright, or you can dim it down. It's really easy to use. It's very light. It came with a bag, so if you need to like bring your ring light anywhere, there's a little carrying travel case for your ring light. It is quite large. I will have the dimensions listed down below. I have to do some research. I believe it's the 14-inch. I'm sorry, I should be better prepared. But yeah, I'll have it listed down below. They have different sizes. Mine was like the medium size and it's perfect. I just really like the light it gives off. It's totally changed the quality of my videos. So yeah, I would definitely recommend purchasing a ring light if you want your videos to be well light and if you don't have a lot of natural light for your videos. And moving on to my vlog camera, I have the Samsung NX Mini. So it looks like this, and what I liked about this is it has the flip up screen just like the Canon G7X, which a lot of vloggers use. So what I have to say about this camera is, honestly, I don't really recommend it. It's been okay for me, but for vlogging it's good if you're in the daytime, but if it starts getting dark, this is horrible quality, I have to say. But yeah, it kind of takes a long time to focus on like what you're vlogging as well. It wasn't too expensive. I want to say I got this for like $400 or like $450, so it was much cheaper than the Canon G7X. Yeah, the Samsung NX Mini is okay if you just want to start off with vlogging and you want the flip up screen, and yeah, but other than that, if you can save up with the Canon G7X, that is just like hands down, everybody raves about it. That's just what all vloggers use. It's good quality, it autofocuses as well, and yeah, there's so many different reviews on YouTube if you want to research the Canon G7X. So that is all of the equipment I use for filming. So moving on to what I use to edit. So what I use to edit is my Mac desktop. So it's just a 21-inch desktop. It's amazing. I love having a Mac. I just find it so much easier. I used a PC when I first started off with YouTube, and I used Vegas, like the Vegas editing software, which was a lot cheaper than a lot of different editing softwares. I think I bought mine for like 40 bucks. It was an older model, but yeah, so I ended up getting a Mac and it just makes things so much easier. I started out with iMovie, which is amazing if you're just starting out and you don't want to pay for an editing software. And there's so much you can do, and I'll get into a program that you can use to make your videos even better, even with iMovie. But iMovie is what I used forever and it was really, really good. But then I decided to upgrade to Final Cut Pro 10, and that is so amazing. So with Final Cut Pro 10, there's just a lot more you can do with it. It's a lot more professional, and yeah, so I love that as an editing software. And then what I like using with my Final Cut Pro is I use Pixel Film Studios, and that's where I purchase a lot of my plugins. So if you want a cool like intro or cool special effects for your editing software, I definitely recommend shopping on Pixel Film Studios and shop through the different plugins. So a lot of my like titles in the beginning, and then also for like the subscribe button or my little intro where I have like my YouTube icon and then it like has a little mouse and it clicks the subscribe button. That's all different plugins from Pixel Film Studios, so I definitely recommend that if you want to spend a little bit more money just to like make your videos a little bit better quality and have cool effects. I just think it's really, really worth it. So yeah, I use Final Cut Pro 10, then use Pixel Film Studios to purchase my plugins. And then what I use for like different overlays and my thumbnails is I use PicMonkey, which everyone uses. There are so many different tutorials on YouTube where it kind of shows you how to make cool thumbnails and how to make overlays. So yeah, I just kind of did my research on YouTube and kind of taught myself. But yeah, PicMonkey is amazing if you want to make really, really cool thumbnails. If I want to have some sort of like text pop in my video or like different social media, I've made overlays in PicMonkey, and that's just how I do it, and it's just very, very easy. And then what you can do is you can pay, I believe it's like $4 a month for the Royal version of PicMonkey, and it just unlocks a lot of different features, and I just highly recommend you using that. It just gives you more access to more fonts and different overlays and different editing tools, and I just think it's really worth it. Yeah, so that is everything I use for my YouTube channel, the different equipment, the editing softwares, all of that. So yeah, a lot of this, it can add up after a while. I bought all of these things in time, so I spread it out a lot because it is very expensive. You don't need all of this if you're just starting out with your YouTube channel. I would start off with like a Canon T3i. That was amazing for a while. So yeah, I'll have everything linked down below if you want to check it out yourself. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.